The Zarkon expanse was silent. It had been that way for centuries. No stars were born here, no ships traveled here. It was a dead zone in the galaxy. That's why patrol ship Ikratel was shocked when an alarm rang across the bridge. Captain Vorlex, a tall, insect-like alien with silver armor, turned toward the glowing red alert. "Report," he ordered. A young officer with 4 glowing eyes tapped at his console. "Unidentified ship detected, bearing 331.7, heading straight toward us." Vorlex frowned. "No ships pass through here. This is restricted space." The officer looked confused. "It's not on any flight path. It appeared from nothing. Just blinked into existence." The room went quiet. The crew stared at the floating hologram of the object. It was strange. The ship had no clear shape. Parts of it shimmered like smoke. Others looked solid, black, and ancient. Long metal, wings stretched out, then pulled in like breathing lungs. The ship gave off no energy, no heat, no radio waves. It was completely silent. Vorlex leaned closer, scanned it again. "I did, Captain, twice. Something we've never seen before." Another officer whispered. "It looks human." The word echoed like a curse across the bridge. Every species feared humans, not because of their power, but because of their will. When humans went to war, they didn't stop. And when they vanished from the Council 200 years ago, no. One asked why. "It was better that way." Vorlex narrowed his eyes. "Are you telling me this is a Terran ship?" "No, sir. It's not in any human design database, but it's definitely made by humans." A cold silence filled the air. Then something happened. The ship moved, not like a normal vessel. It didn't glide. It didn't thrust. It shifted. 1 second, it was 10,000 kilometers away. The next second, it was right outside their window. Boom! The ship didn't crash into them. It didn't fire weapons. It just appeared massive, dark, and quiet. The entire crew froze. Even the ship's AI stuttered. Then, across every screen, every speaker, and every light panel, a deep voice spoke. "I see you." The voice wasn't loud, but it vibrated through their bones. It felt human, but wrong, broken, angry suddenly. Lights flickered. The power on the bridge dropped. Backup systems failed. Even personal comms went dead. The alien crew panicked. Shields are offline. Weapons not responding. "I can't access the mainframe." Vorlex stood tall. "Hold your ground. We don't fire unless it fires first." But the ship didn't fire. It just hovered there silent and strange. Then a new message played, a series of old Earth language words and screams. Screams of humans, sounds of war. Images flashed on the screens. Alien ships bombing human colonies. Prisoners in cages. Experiments. One officer dropped to his knees. "It's showing us what we did." Vorlex looked away. His people had been part of the human purge centuries ago. Most had forgotten. But this ship remembered then. The ship spoke again. One by one, justice comes. Gone power returned. Systems rebooted. Everyone was breathing hard. Vorlex sat down slowly in his chair. "Send a message to the Council. Tell them we have a problem." The Galactic Council met in emergency session. Over 100 species sat around the giant black-ringed chamber. Every eye was on the screen showing a still image of the unknown ship. It looked even more terrifying now. Dark, jagged, and cold. The metallic surface was scarred, as if it had fought in ancient wars. On its front hull was a symbol no one wanted to see, a burning human skull. High Chancellor Vetra of the Ulari Empire stood up. Her voice trembled slightly. "We confirmed the report from patrol ship Yakratel. This thing is not in any database," the crowd whispered. "The ship has no known origin, no known engine type. It gives off 0 heat. It bends scans around itself," she continued. "It behaves like a ghost. But it's real." An old Zarkon admiral clicked his claws together. "The AI systems couldn't analyze it." "No," Vetra replied. "Even our best machines failed. One tried, and shut itself down." Another voice called out from the far end of the hall. It was Ambassador Keel, a short alien with bright blue skin. He looked nervous. "This is human technology," Keel said, "but it's different, older, meaner, like it was never meant to be seen." A hologram floated into the center of the chamber. It showed the moment the ship appeared before Yekritel, the way it moved, the voice, the images, the message. One by one, justice comes. Then silence. Vetra sighed. It sent no weapons. But it disabled our ship's systems like they were made of paper. We have no defense. Someone from the back shouted, "What if this is only the first?" The question hung in the air later that day inside a military science lab on the moon. Of Halax Prime, 3 alien engineers studied the drone footage. They zoomed in on every part of the ship, trying to identify the material. "No match," one engineer whispered. "It's made of unknown alloys." "But look, some of these shapes there. Organic. Like bone." The others stared at the screen. Were parts of this ship alive? Then the drone camera glitched. The static filled the screen. Then something else came through. It wasn't just noise, it was a human voice. Old, dry, full of rage. "I was born in fire, raised in silence, fed by betrayal. You forgot me." The screen cracked. The drone exploded. Silence, meanwhile. Deep inside the archives of the Galactic Historical Records on Planet Growler 6, an ancient Terran file was opened. By accident, a restricted military log. Project Oblivion status, cancelled purpose, long-range revenge class, vessel prototype, threat level, maximum origin, Earth, year 2354. The reader blinked. What is this? The file had no images, just one line at the bottom. Designed to remember, built to judge, programmed to return. Before the historian could read more, the system locked him out. Back in council chambers, fear was growing. Ships had gone missing. 3 patrol cruisers near the Zarkon Expanse stopped reporting. 1 drone returned, barely functional, its only transmission. It was a short video. A massive shadow passed over its camera. And then one frame one showed the ship's burning skull symbol again. Then static. Panic spread. "It's hunting," someone whispered. "No, it's choosing," someone else said. Then came the final report. A message from a mining station 5 light-years from Earth. No humans aboard, just aliens. The message was simple. A recording from the station commander. Something is here. It's not broadcasting any ID. Watching. It's not attacking. It's waiting. Behind him, through a window, the shape appeared. The unknown human ship, still silent, but glowing red at its core. The video cut off. The council issued full red alert across all sectors, but the real question now was, if this ship is not from Earth, who sent it? And more importantly, how many more are there? On a quiet desert world called Torek 9, an old alien named Gorandex sat alone in a small metal house. He was once a war commander during the First Galactic War against humans, nearly 200 years ago. Now, he was forgotten, retired, and broken. But when he saw the news report about the unknown ship, he stood up slowly. His old joints cracked. His heart beat faster. He knew that ship. He had seen it before, but it wasn't supposed to exist. Decades earlier, during the final years of the Terran Wars, strange rumors had spread among alien fleets. Some said humans were working on a secret weapon, a ship with no crew. A ship that would remember every war crime committed against Earth. A ship that couldn't be stopped. It was called Project Oblivion, but all records said the project failed. The humans never launched it. Here it was, alive and hunting. Back at the Galactic Council, fear turned to silence. The unknown ship had now been spotted in 4 systems at once. Different directions, impossible speeds. Either it could warp across space instantly, or worse, there was more than one. The Council demanded answers from Earth, but Earth sent back a strange message. "We did not build this. We do not control it. We fear it too." Ambassador Keel, still shaken from watching the video of the skull-marked ship, said aloud, "If Earth didn't send it, then what is it?" That night, a secret meeting happened deep beneath the council chambers. Only 5 beings were their leaders from the war era, the ones who signed the order to wipe out human colonies during the war. They believed they were safe, hidden, their crimes buried. But the ship had named them, one by one. Each name sent by a coded signal. Each signal ended with the same words, "You are remembered." On Torek 9, old Commander Goran opened a dusty chest in his home. Inside were war medals, old weapons, and one black box with a red light still blinking after 200 years. He opened it. A message played. It was a human voice, young, calm, but cold. If you are hearing this, you stood against us. You helped erase our people. You thought we would forget. You were wrong. Goran's hand shook. They kept it alive, he whispered. They sent it anyway. Elsewhere, a science station, orbiting a gas giant, detected a power surge. It was the ship again. It came out of nowhere, no sound, no light. The station commander tried to open communication. Unknown vessel, identify yourself. No answer, then static, then screaming. The lights flickered. Security bots shut down. The gravity changed. And then, across every wall of the station, one sentence appeared, one soul for each lost. We return for truth. The next day, panic spread across the galaxy. People who had harmed humans in the past, military leaders, scientists, politicians, started disappearing. No blood, no struggle, just gone. One witness said he saw a tall, armored figure step out of thin air, touch a general's head, and vanish with him. Others said the ship was not acting alone. Some said it had woken others' old satellites across forgotten battlefields. Began activating. Strange codes appeared in dead systems. One thing was clear. This ship wasn't just a weapon. It was a judge, and judgment had begun. In a small council outpost, a young alien officer asked her superior, "Sir, do you think the humans sent it?" The old officer shook his head slowly. "No," he said. "I think the humans tried to stop it." For days, the unknown human ship had been silent. It had not attacked again. It had not sent any new messages. But the fear hadn't stopped. Across the galaxy, leaders hid. Soldiers panicked. Old war criminals erased their records and moved to deep space stations. But no one could hide from the ship. It always found its target. Then, in the middle of a quiet night on station Vork 17, something changed. Every screen, every light, every device suddenly turned black. Then a bright red symbol appeared, the burning skull. A voice followed, but this time it was not angry. It was not loud. It was calm, cold, human. "This is not a threat. This is a memory. You erased our people. You silenced our stories. But we remember. This is the truth." The images began. Across the station, every monitor started showing terrible scenes, real scenes from the first. Galactic war. Aliens bombing human refugee ships. Children crying in destroyed colonies. Humans in cages, experimented on by scientists from rich empires, hidden prisons in asteroid belts, secret executions. None of these events were ever shown to the public. All of them were erased from history. And yet, here they were, played by a ship that shouldn't exist. People screamed. Some turned away. Others wept. One officer vomited. The message ended with this line: "We do not seek war. We seek balance. You will not be attacked unless your hands are dirty." Across the galaxy, chaos exploded. Half the species on the council called the ship a terror weapon. The other half began to question their history books. Some younger aliens said, maybe the humans were never monsters. Maybe they were pushed too far. Old lies were falling apart. In the core world of Jaltras, a top war historian admitted to the press the Terran war crimes were only half the story. The council did terrible things to things we covered up. He was arrested within an hour, but the truth had already spread. Meanwhile, Earth sent a message to the unknown ship. It was short. "Who are you?" No reply. Then they tried again. "Are you one of us?" Still silence. On the third try, they sent, "We don't control you, but we want to help." This time, the ship responded. A single sentence: "You are not ready." Then the message ended. Even Earth was afraid now. In deep space, a spy ship from the Krogan Empire tried to sneak up on the unknown vessel. Its mission was to plant a tracking beacon. It never returned. What came back instead was the ship's AI, but it was broken. It played only one thing over and over. A recording of a child's voice, human, crying, then whispering, "Where is my mother? Why did you take her? She was kind. You said she would come back." Then the file ended, and the AI fried itself back in the council. A new question was asked. If this ship has all our secrets, Who gave them to it? One alien scientist suggested something wild. Maybe it wasn't Earth, she said. Maybe the ship collected the memories itself from the dead. Everyone stared at her. The humans left behind too many graves. Too many lost souls in space. What if this ship hears them? A chilling silence followed. On a faraway farming world, a young alien child was playing outside when she looked up and saw something in the sky. A shape, a ship. The same ship. It didn't move. It just floated silently in orbit. No one had called. No one knew why it came. Then a strange event happened. The child's old grandmother, who had once served as a medic during the war, came out of the house and collapsed, she whispered. "I remember them, the human children, in the cages," she cried. Then she looked to the sky and whispered, "I'm sorry." The ship vanished, just like that. No explosion, no sound, gone. A new pattern appeared. The ship never attacked innocent worlds. It only appeared where the truth had been buried, and always before it vanished. It left one final message. Justice is not revenge, but it cannot be avoided. Fear had now spread across the stars like wildfire. The unknown human ship had become more than just a mystery. It was a warning, a ghost with a mission, a shadow of humanity's forgotten pain, and it was still out there, watching, waiting, judging in the heart of the Zorth Empire, a powerful and proud species known for their iron rule. High Commander Shralvar held an emergency meeting with his war generals. They sat in a tall, black tower above a shining city. "Why is this ship not destroyed?" he growled. No one spoke. "I asked for 20 fleets to trap it." "Where are they?" An officer hesitated. 2 fleets went silent, sir. One disappeared in the North Nebula. The other, their last signal showed the ship appearing in all directions at once. Then nothing. Schroll slammed his fist down. "This is impossible. A ship can't be in more than one place." Another general looked pale. "We don't think it's just one ship anymore." Schroll stared. "What?" The general nodded slowly. "We think it made copies, or woke others like it." The room went silent. Then a comm officer rushed in. "Sir," she shouted. It just appeared above Zorth Prime. High in orbit, the unknown ship floated above the Zorov. Homeworld, no weapons, no message, no movement, just watching. Zorov defense ships scrambled. Fighters circled. Missiles were loaded, but the unknown ship did not react. Then every Zorth comm system lit up. A voice played across the planet. "You burned our colonies. You laughed as our children screamed. You will not be forgotten." A list appeared on every screen, hundreds of names. All Zorth leaders, officers, doctors, and scientists who had once worked in the Terran prison camps. Some were dead, but many were still alive, and now, exposed, panic swept through the Empire. On the council world of Valtor, the news shook the chamber. "This ship is turning our own people against us," said one ambassador. Another shouted, "No, it's showing them the truth." A heated debate began. Should they destroy the ship, or should they listen? Half the council wanted to send everything they had against it. The other half feared that would only make it worse. One younger ambassador said quietly, "Maybe we should face what we did." Everyone ignored her. Meanwhile, on the outer colony of Valari 6, civilians looked up at the sky. The unknown ship appeared there too, but it didn't attack. Instead, it did something no one expected. It protected them. A pirate fleet attacked the colony, hoping to steal supplies, but the unknown ship moved in faster than light. In seconds, the pirates were gone. Their ships erased like dust. The colony sent a message to the ship. "Thank you. Who are you?" The reply came, "We are memory. We are what was left behind." This confused everyone. How could something so dangerous also protect the weak? Was it a weapon, or something else? On Earth, scientists studied the ship's signals again. This time, they found something shocking. Old human DNA markers, emotional pattern codes, neural memory echoes. It's not just a machine. One scientist said, "It's alive." Another whispered, "Not alive like us, but it remembers like us." A theory formed. The ship was created from the minds of dying humans, a final act of desperation. Their pain, fear, and anger, built into metal. their souls perhaps powering it, the Galactic Council grew desperate. If this thing could not be killed, if it only appeared where injustice lived, then no one was safe. One terrified alien leader said, "We must hide." Another said, "We must lie." But the ship knew every lie, every secret, and one by one, it began to release them. Across media stations, across personal devices, across the stars. The truth was spreading then. One final signal was picked up in over 50 systems. Not an attack, not a threat, a countdown. No numbers, just the sound of a slow, ticking heartbeat, and one whisper, "We remember all of you." The countdown had started. A slow, steady heartbeat, like pulse, echoed across every major system in the galaxy. No one knew what would happen when it ended, but everyone felt the same thing. Something was coming, and it would change everything. The Karn Dominion, a secret prison, floated in orbit around a dying star. The prison was not on any map. No one admitted it existed. Inside, thousands of prisoners lived in cages, many of them human, left behind after the war. Forgotten, abandoned, some had been there for 2 centuries. The Karn Empire believed no one would ever find them. The sky above the prison turned black. A shadow covered the star. The unknown human ship had arrived. No warning, no message, no message. Just silence. Then, within seconds, the entire prison shook. Guards screamed, lights flickered, doors unlocked by themselves. Defense systems crashed, and the prisoners were free. A human man, thin and scarred, stepped out of his cell. He looked up at the black window and saw the ship hovering above. He fell to his knees and whispered, "You came for us." The prison's main tower was vaporized in one beam of red light. No explosion, just dust. But no prisoners were harmed. Ship didn't attack them. It only destroyed the records. All proof of the prison. Gone, the message echoed through the galaxy. You are not forgotten. Across dozens of systems, similar events happened. Abandoned colonies, human slave camps, war sites no one talked about. The ship appeared, freed the survivors, erased the evidence, and vanished again. Now, millions of people, Leyan and human, were questioning everything. A new movement rose among the younger species. They called themselves the Rememberers. They didn't see the ship as a threat. They saw it as a messenger, a ghost carrying truth. They began to dig up old war crimes. Leaders who once felt untouchable now went into hiding. On Earth, panic spread to not all humans were innocent. Some had betrayed their own kind during the war. Others had built parts of Project Oblivion and thought it was destroyed. Now it was back, and they were afraid. Earth sent its best diplomat, Ambassador Alina Graves, to try and make contact with the ship directly. Her shuttle approached a quiet sector where the ship had last been seen. She broadcast a simple message. "We are not your enemy. We want to understand. Please talk to us." No response. She tried again. "You protect humans. I am one of them. Let us speak." This time, something happened. Her shuttle was pulled forward by invisible force. No weapons, no resistance, just silence. Then, her ship vanished into a bright white light. Earth lost contact. No trace, no signal. 2 days later, a message appeared on Earth's main satellite. A video of Alina, but she looked different. Her eyes were glowing. Her voice was calm, not robotic, but not fully human either. "They are not machines. They are not ghosts. They are us. They are the forgotten minds of our dead joined, in one body, one ship, one purpose, and they will not stop until the truth is known everywhere." Then the video ended. The council fell into chaos. "If they cannot be reasoned with," one alien shouted, "then we must destroy them." But how? Another screamed, "Every fleet sent against them vanishes." An AI commander reported that hundreds of council war records were now leaking across the public networks. Private war files, torture, videos. Secret labs, everything they tried to hide, exposed, and every leak was followed by the same burning image. The skull. One rebel leader from the Rim worlds made a final statement. "You called humans animals. You called them dangerous. You erased them from your stories. But you forgot one thing. They never stopped remembering you." The galaxy was no longer safe for liars, no longer safe for warlords, no longer safe for those who built power on the pain of others. The ship was still moving, and it had not even reached the Galactic Council. Yet, the galaxy held its breath. The unknown human ship, silent, terrifying, and unstoppable, had arrived at its final destination, the Galactic Council. In broad daylight, thousands watched in horror from the streets. Billions watched the live broadcast. And every single person, human or alien, knew the truth. Judgment had come inside the council tower. Leaders from all races gathered in panic. Some begged for forgiveness, some prepared escape pods, others still denied everything. Chancellor Vetra stood before the main screen. Open communication. We must talk to it. Her staff nodded and began broadcasting. Unknown vessel. This is the Galactic Council. We request dialogue. We request peace. We are willing to negotiate. Silence. Then the lights flickered. Every wall turned black. A message appeared. You do not speak for the dead. Suddenly, across every screen, thousands of faces appeared. Humans, men, women, staring into the camera. Forgotten victims of the galactic war. Then a final face appeared, an old man.com/soft voice. You erased us, but not our voices. We are the echo in your silence. We are the storm in your peace. We do not want revenge. We want you to remember. The council chamber went dark. Then one door opened. A figure stepped through. Her voice was calm, yet deeper, like many voices speaking through. Her eye was shown what they became. The ship is not one mind. It is all minds, all those who died in pain. Yet Chancellor Vetra fell to her knees. What must we do? Alina looked at her with quiet eyes. You must tell the truth. You must show the galaxy what you did. And you must let justice happen openly, not in shadows. The room filled with silence. No one spoke then. One alien stepped forward, Admiral Zern. I gave the orders. I thought we were protecting the galaxy, but we were just hiding the truth. He raised his head. It is not here to kill. It is here to see if you are still worth saving. It wants to see if guilt can become truth, and truth. The council voted. Public trials began, for the first time in centuries. The Galactic Network showed live confessions of war crimes. Leaders stepped down. Victims told their stories. Worlds once divided by lies. Now listened, the galaxy began to heal slowly, painfully, but honestly. As for the ship, it stayed in orbit for 3 more days. Silent, still watching that. Then on the 4th day, it sent one final message. We have seen your choice. It is acceptable. We will go now. Others need us. And just like that, the ship vanished. No sound, no light, no trace. Gone. Years passed. The Galactic Council changed. Truth became law. History was rewritten with honesty, and though many still feared the unknown ship, some began to honor it. A symbol appeared across peaceful worlds, a glowing skull, not burning, but surrounded by light, not death, but memory. Then, one night, on a faraway moon where no ships had flown for years, a small alien child stood outside, staring at the stars. He blinked. A shadow passed above him, a large shape, no noise, no lights, only a quiet voice in the wind. Observe. And then